It was an abnormally cold winter. The island was frozen. The temperature was unbearable, and the engines were suffering miserably.
What's the temperature, driver?
Well, let's just say it's now in the negatives in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. Oh, it's not that bad. In Aberdeen, it would be quite nippy during the winter months.
Well, at least... Oh, damn it. I have the flying kipper tonight, too.
Ha! Good luck with that, boy. No use. Your engine is frozen. Oh, there it goes. About time. Come on. The engines all found life very difficult in the snow. The tracks were icy, which made getting around impossible, and huge snowdrifts were blocking the lines. Even Donald and Douglas were starting to get miserable. It's no use, Donald. We're stuck. We ain't stuck. Just put some welly into it. 1, 2, 3. See? I told ya. But when the twins arrived back at their sheds, the Fat Controller had bad news. Thank goodness you two are back. The village of Olstead has been hit by a catastrophic avalanche and is almost completely buried. I need you two to get your snowplows and plow your way through. Aye, sir. And the twins were all geared up and set off. But getting there was easier said than done. The snow was fairly shallow as they entered the Farquhar branch, but soon found deeper drifts. Just before Hackenbeck, though, there was a gorge where a massive avalanche had buried the tracks. Stop, Dougie! Stop! It was no use. The rails were very icy, and they skidded helplessly among them. The snow collapsed all over the twins. The driver and fireman were able to just barely climb out, but Donald and Douglas were stuck.
Oh, it's absolutely freezing in there.
Oh, God. This drift is at least 15 feet deep. We're not going anywhere now. Soon, the Fat Controller heard the news.
Oh, dear. Well, Thomas and Percy are both trapped at a Nofa quarry, so the nearest engine would probably be James at Ellsbridge. I guess that's our best bet.
Pull them out of the snow? I'm freezing as it is.
Sorry, James. Donald and Douglas are on an important rescue mission at Ulfstead, and you're the nearest suitable engine.
Rescuing the rescuers. What a life.
James angrily collected the workmen and set off. He arrived at the scene cold and miserable. Thank goodness you're here. The snow is becoming ice around Donald and Douglas. The impact at least shortened the drift, but it's impossible to dig them out. You'll have to pull them out.
Yes, please do.
As the workmen threw salt on the ice, James was attached to the twins with a rope, and try as he might, his wheels just slipped on the icy rails.
Oh, it's useless.
Come on, James, pull harder. James pulled and pulled and pulled. He pulled for almost an hour, but every time he failed miserably. Come on, let's keep up.
No, I'm done pulling those wretched Scots.
And that was that. James didn't move an inch. Well, let's see. We tried shoveling, but the snow just turned to ice, so that didn't work. And the rails are too icy for an engine to pull the twins out, or at least one engine. The crew thought of many methods to try and melt the ice. The salt was melting too slowly, so they then tried smashing rocks on the ice, but they only bounced back and bruised them quite badly. They tried a lot of things, but nothing worked.
Curse this wretched ice.
Just then, Toby came up.
Oh dear, you really are stuck in the snow.
What are you doing here, Toby?
Well, I've come to inform you that Thomas and Percy have been rescued from an Ophir quarry, and they will proceed with the rescue of Ulfstead. In other words, as soon as...
Oh, for God's sake!
Yes, I was afraid of this. Well, I better head back.
No, please help us. Give James a hand, will you?
Well, I see no harm in doing so.
So Toby buffered up to James, and the two engines pulled as hard as they could.
Come on, get out of the snow, you wretched bats!
This is just pathetic.
But the twins remained stuck in the snow. The sun will go down soon. I'll call the Fat Controller again. That controller was having his dinner at McDonald's, so he didn't get the message till later.
I'd say wait until morning. It's too dangerous to work in the freezing night.
James and Toby and all the drivers and firemen went home, leaving Donald and Douglas alone. It was miserable for the twins.
I want to Pepsi! I want to just stop singing! Eating with the snow buffering, I can still hear that lousy tune.
The twins didn't get a wink of sleep. The next morning, they heard a rattling noise. Diesel oiled up to the site with the drivers, firemen, and more workmen. Good grief! We'll have to wait until summer to get them out. We've brought some matches and blowtorches. Let's get to work.
Trust the steam engine to get stuck in the snow.
Hey, who was it who had trouble starting yesterday? Keep your mouth shut, you hypocrite. Diesel gulped and remained silent. The workmen tried melting the snow with the blowtorches, but the freezing weather just completely doused the flame. It's no use. It'll eventually melt, but we'll run out of gas. We need something to ignite it quickly, like fuel. Yes, I'm sure Diesel wouldn't mind lending some of his.
What? No way! How am I supposed to get back?
We'll sort that out after we get everyone freed.
You'll probably just blow up Donald and Douglas rather than rescuing them.
But I guess so, all right.
But even with dousing the bank with fuel, the fire just burned slightly before going out. It would not ignite the whole section. The ice was now slightly melting, but not at a fast enough rate. At last, the Fat Controller arrived on board Henry, who had brought even more fuel.
Brought some spare fuel for you all. I must say, it's a clever solution.
Yes, but the fuel is just not igniting well. It's just too darn cold. The Fat Controller went up the ice hill as more fuel was dumped on it.
Look, it just smolders a bit, then goes out.
I see. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Ugh!
The workmen all scrambled away just in time. There was a loud crackling as the ice finally collapsed. The fire didn't last long, but it was hot enough to free Donald and Douglas.
Finally!
Well, I guess hooray for the fantastic fart.
Oh, how embarrassing. Good grief. No wonder Lady Ash sleeps in another room.
Yeah, after being frozen all night, it was great to have that gale of heat.
Yes. Well, I think we should get back to the shed, don't you think? Well, I would like to, but unfortunately it seems that fire has melted our wheels.
Oh, well...
Shit.